Hey gang, Eran here. So Sinead Bovell's video touches on something I've thought about a lot in the last year, at least since I've started working with AI tools like ChatGPT and HeyGen A video cloning, for example. And we already know that deep fakes and online content that have little or no basis in truth and reality can easily go viral online. You only have to look at the examples of the QAnon movement, the anti-vaxxer movement, the big lie propagated across the US political scene that says a certain ex-president did when the election was cheated out of it, etc., to realize that all of these things, these lies and misinformation are and have caused chaos in our world, and mostly without the benefit of AI. Now, imagine as AI gets much more lifelike and much harder to differentiate from real life, and it has access to the vast resources of the internet and social media to spread. Now, we're talking about total chaos and serious disruption of our society as a whole, because those with malicious intent will be empowered to ramp up the chaos, the noise, and the disruption they can visit on the world, knowing full well that many people don't have the critical thinking and research skills to identify truth from lies, etc. Oh, by the way, just to make the point blindingly obvious, this video you're watching is not real, except for the voice. The actual video aspect you see is AI generated. And if you didn't realize that yet, then perhaps that might give you a sneak peek into the future risks of AI running out of control in the hands of bad people. Now, let's get back to Sinead's video. When I first started watching it, I immediately thought about the blockchain as a possible solution before she mentioned this. Now, it doesn't mean I'm extra smart or anything. I just happen to know that one of the features of that kind of technology would be a possible tool to help reduce or minimize the disruption AI can cause in the future. So if those with malicious intent have realized it'll be extremely difficult or if not impossible to create content that causes chaos in some part of society, they'll be far less likely to try and do this. And ultimately, I suspect that's the best we can hope for. Today's world already has enough problems from quote unquote fake news, lies, and propaganda without letting a veritable fire hose of more malicious AI generated content into the world. Now, whether blockchain technology as we currently know it is a viable solution, or whether we need something far more advanced to mitigate the issue, I honestly don't know. But at this point, it's something I believe we as a society need to address as a whole and soon. I think AI will likely introduce a quote unquote arms race between the truth and lies getting online for people to hear. And both sides of the coin will ultimately suffer from the impact of this Cold War of dog eat dog, man versus man fight. In the end, the ultimate loser from this scenario is the truth, and humanity as a whole will suffer massively for that. Now, I personally believe this issue, as raised by Sinead and probably other people like her, requires immediate and urgent attention if we're not to see a society that burns itself down to a cinder in the long run.